Welcome to the final episode of How to Feel Better. I'm Liz, and over the past four episodes, you've learned to master your mental game with Think, set yourself up strategically with Plan. Today, we're covering Prosper, the mindset that makes everything you've learned compound and grow. This isn't just about achieving one goal. This is about creating a way of being that keeps you getting better and better over time. We're also going to wrap up with 6 secrets that tie everything together and your concrete next steps to make this transformation permanent. By the end of this episode, you'll have a complete system that works for the rest of your life. Ready to prosper? Let's finish strong. Prosper. Choose joy over immediate pleasure. Now we come to the third part of the framework, Prosper. This is where everything you've learned in Think and Plan starts to compound. Prosper isn't just about money or success. It's about the compounding effect of choosing joy over immediate pleasure again and again until that choice becomes who you are. Here's the critical distinction. Immediate pleasure is a quick fix. Scrolling social media, avoiding discomfort, saying no to the hard work. It removes pain temporarily, but it does not build capacity or results. Joy. Joy comes from doing what you said you'd do, from showing up for yourself, from choosing growth over comfort. When you choose joy repeatedly, your results, confidence, and impact compound. Immediate pleasure, short term, consuming, decreasing returns, externally focused, versus lasting joy, long term, creating, compounding returns, internally focused. Immediate pleasure examples: scrolling social media, eating junk food, buying things you don't need, avoiding difficult conversations. Lasting joy examples: learning something new, deep conversations with a friend, exercise that makes you stronger, working towards your goals. For business creators and really anyone building anything lasting, this is everything. If you keep choosing immediate pleasure, you'll stay stuck avoiding the work. But when you choose joy, even when it's uncomfortable, everything builds on itself. Confidence compounds because you keep your promises to yourself. Results compound because you take consistent action. Capacity compounds because you can prove you can handle discomfort. Impact compounds because you show up consistently. I wanted to improve my writing. It wasn't glamorous and it often felt frustrating. Larry said, "It's too hard, you're tired, it's taking too long, it's raining, just don't do it." I showed up anyway, every day, for those tiny improvements. Years later, the compounding effect was extraordinary. Skills I didn't even think I'd master are now second nature. That's the power of choosing joy over immediate pleasure. One of my clients dreaded sales calls. Every time she sat down to dial, Larry whispered, "They're not going to buy. It's awkward. Don't do it." The first week, she quit mid-call. The second week, she committed to making the call anyway, noticing how the fear actually didn't kill her. By the fourth week, she was booking clients consistently. That's prosper in action, choosing joy, showing up over immediate pleasure, avoiding discomfort. Massive action is what produces the results we want. The amount of action you think something new is going to take is more than you can imagine right now. So, aside again, for me, this prosperity piece was all about feelings, right? Because if I think of prosperity, in my mind, like I'm very prosperous. That feeling of prosperity, it's such a beautiful feeling inside my body. And that is why I put it at the end of Think and Plan. Because to me, when you start to create control over Larry and you start to think in a healthier, more constructive, more problem-solving way, and that's why I've got to think. And then you start to track and plan and check in to see, well, yes, I am making progress. And yes, I am getting closer to that goal. Then prosperity is always the outcome because going to bed incredibly proud of yourself, of what you managed to achieve during the day and how you didn't quit or you didn't succumb to the things you were used to feeling or stopping before you would start, that is how you go to bed feeling prosperous. That's how you go to bed feeling so much happier in and of yourself. And for me, that was a complete change because I used to go to bed the opposite, feeling dissatisfied, feeling like I'd achieved nothing. And that's why I would wake up as I woke up. So this is why I have this plan, Think, Plan, Prosper method and framework. And look, honestly, this is what I've shared here is just such a brief part of it. As I was doing the audio, I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I need to explain that better. I need to write more here. So I truly hope that you did get something from this. Now we're just going to finish off with my 6 secrets to feeling better. And the first one is, of course, you can't outperform the way you think. Your results will always match your thinking. Want better results? It's always going to start from better thinking. That is the key to me. And how do I know what I'm thinking? I've said it before because your results show it. So if you're thinking, I want to be fit, strong, and healthy and have arms like Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2, which was always a goal of mine, and you don't have Linda Hamilton's arms, i.e., there is no evidence to show it, then you know your thinking is not correct because it's not driving the correct feeling, which isn't driving the right action, and therefore your results aren't moving. So that is why I use that all the time. That's why that's my number one secret. If you understand you cannot outperform the way you think and your results aren't matching what you want, then your thinking needs to be changed. Go and use my Think framework. Number 2, your feelings are optional. You don't have to feel bad just because something bad happened. Your thoughts about what happened create your feelings. And for me, that one is all about not just bad things as in car accidents or whatever, bad things as in my partner snapped at me. But I get to choose how I feel because only I can put a thought in my head. You can think on purpose. Most people think accidentally, but you can learn to think intentionally and create the exact feelings you want to experience. That was secret 3. Secret 4, your brain working against you. Your unconscious mind, that would be Larry, isn't trying to sabotage you on purpose. It's just running old programs. When you understand this, you can manage Larry instead of letting him manage you. Secret number 5, you don't need to change your life to feel better. You can feel better right now with your current circumstances just by changing how you think about them. And my final secret, number 6, joy compounds, pleasure doesn't. Immediate pleasure gives diminishing returns. Joy builds on itself and creates a life you actually want to live. So, there you have it, the complete Think, Plan, Prosper framework. You now have everything you need to feel better, not just temporarily, but as a way of life. Remember, information without implementation is just entertainment. The question isn't whether this works, it's whether you'll work it. If you want to make this shift permanent with personal support, accountability, and coaching that meets you exactly where you are, I'd love to help. Book a complimentary call with me and let's figure out what your next best step really is. The transformation is always in the work, and you, my friend, are ready to do the work. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your growth. Now go create the life you actually want to live and go create the feelings you enjoy to experience. Bye.